Hey, it's Nikki Thompson, and this is Tea with Nikki, Embrace Your Wild Woman. I'm really excited to do this episode. I'm talking all about the art of living in gratitude and desire. So, one of the things that I was thinking about often on my walk is that we put a lot of work into improving our lives and being our best version of ourselves, and that is great. And I think what a lot of people can get lost in is thinking that I will be happy when such and such happens. I will be happy when this happens. And I think when we are in that space, when we're planning our goals and we're living our life in that space of constantly thinking that I will be happy when, we're not living in gratitude nor desire, really. We're kind of living in this limbo space of, I'll be happy when I'm a size whatever you want to be. I'll be happy when I've got $20,000 in the bank. I'll be happy when I own my home outright, whatever it is. So I want you to be thinking about and just be mindful of those voices in your head. What kind of things have you been saying in your mind that are similar to that? I'll be happy when. So when we talk about planning our goals and being our best self and evolving and improving over our whole life, like we don't want to just, we're not just thinking about, okay, I'm just going to work my butt off this year and learn everything I can about health or everything I can about business or whatever it is, and that's it, and then I'm done and I'm going to stop. It doesn't really work like that. So I want you to think about when we are living in a space of gratitude and desire, it's about the journey of life. That is the whole point. We're about planting our foot firmly in gratitude right now. I am so grateful for my family. I am so grateful for my home. I am so grateful for this fit, healthy body. I am so grateful for my plants and my dog and whatever it is. And every night, in fact, when we all sit down for dinner, the kids and I will say, what are we grateful for? 3 gratefuls. And it's a practice that they are so used to. And they are already thinking about what they're going to say, that they think of it. And I love it when one of my boys, he said, me, myself, and I. And I'm like, that's awesome. You're grateful for yourself. That's great. There's no judgment on what they're grateful for. Quite often it's for a game. Although lately it's been for the dog. And it's just about getting them to think about it. And then my daughter will list like 20 things. And my son's like, okay, you only get 10 gratefuls. And I love that that's part of our conversation at night. So it's about having one foot in gratitude every day you wake up, or every night before you go to bed, or at the dinner table. It's about having one foot in gratitude of what you are super grateful for where you are right now. Because what we need to realize is that we won't be happy when, nothing is changing too much that you'll be happy when that happens, unless there's some major health issue. And that's usually one of the key things that people start thinking about, gratitude and desire, and desiring something different and being grateful for where they're at. But we can't just be waiting to be happy, because then we will not be aware, we're not taking in what we're super grateful for right now. And the way that it really works is that when we are grateful for what we have and we are happy for what we have, we notice more of what we have. We notice more of the things that make us happy, because we can choose to be happy right now regardless of our situation. You see some children in third world nations who don't have a lot of food and are playing games and laughing. And then you also see children who have got everything they could ever imagine: more food, more safety, more games, more clothing, more everything that they can ever imagine. And they can have mental health issues. So I want you to think that it's not necessarily a particular thing that we're idolizing in our mind, whether it's the size of our body or our bank account or whatever it is, that will make us happy, because that's not true. we can choose to be happy right now. We always get to make that choice. So living in gratitude right now, I'm so fucking happy with the way that my life is. And I also desire to improve on all areas of my life. I don't want to be stagnant, but I desire to be fitter and stronger. I desire to improve my business and grow my business. I desire deeper connections with my children continually, because they're always changing as well, and I'm always changing, and our connection will change. So I'm grateful for where I am right now, but I also desire more and more as I continue through life. So having one foot in gratitude every day, but also having another foot in desire, is the art of living with gratitude and desire. When we know that we are grateful and that we can be really happy in this moment for whatever we've got around us, but we also desire more. We desire, all of the things that we want in our life. We can be grateful and desire more at the same time. So we need to move past that thinking, I'll be happy when something in particular happens, because then we have more gratitude and we can open up to the world of saying, look, I'm so happy right now, I can handle more, as opposed to, the world is looking at you like, okay, you've got all these things and you're still not happy. Having more things probably isn't going to make you more happier or happier. So we want to think about if we can hold that gratitude of how can we be so happy and grateful for what we have, we can open up to having more, because we're already happy and we already notice things. And that's what I do see when I hear people, and you probably have a friend or family member who's like, I'll be happy when, this happens. They often then cannot see what is in front of them. And so when we are living in gratitude, we're opening up and seeing more of what we're grateful for. We can see all of the incredible opportunities. Then we're able to take some of those opportunities, which will lead us to what we desire. However, if we're constantly kind of tight and thinking, no, I'll be happy when this happens, we are closing our minds off and our energy off to what could be an opportunity sitting right in front of us, but we're not even seeing it because we're not grateful for where we're at right now. We're not happy where we're at right now, and so we can't see those things. So yesterday I spent a lot of time on the couch. I was just feeling, I don't know whether it was like just this hormonal thing or whatever was going on, but I had nothing left in me, and I was on the couch and I just couldn't get out. I didn't want to answer the phone. I didn't want to do any of those things. And I could feel it in the morning. Like I could feel that my brain was like, look, we need to rest. Like we've been going so hard right now. Let's just have a bit of a break. And that rest took so long. Like it went all day, and I don't normally do that. I'm not usually the type of person that will just be on the couch all day. And this morning I started to reflect on that and thinking, okay, I obviously needed that. My body and my brain were saying, look, we're just going to do this. We're going to cut off everything else. We're just going to do this. But what I noticed was that by doing that, yes, I definitely needed the rest. I don't know if I needed that long doing that, but that's okay. It happened. But it also, being in that space, I wasn't connecting with others. I wasn't outside seeing how beautiful the rain was. I wasn't seeing any other opportunities because I had really hibernated down. So doing it sporadically and for short periods of time was helpful for me. It was really helpful. But I could see that if I'm in that space for a long period of time, I can see how I wouldn't see any other opportunities around me, even though there could be all these opportunities, but I'm like blocking everything out when I'm in that space. And so I want you to think about that. Are you kind of blocking things out in your life right now and wondering why the opportunities aren't in front of you? And so we can open up and break that cycle through being grateful for where we're at. It might be really difficult some days to think of anything that you're grateful for, but it can open us up to see what other opportunities are in our life that we can take that step forward. So keeping a foot planted in gratitude, another foot planted in desire, and constantly just moving through life through like that. And so then we can start to create this life, this beautiful life, while also understanding that It's not the end point that we're looking forward to, because I'm not going to lie to you, the end point is we die eventually, right? That's the end point. What we need to think about is this beautiful journey right through to the end point. And that's what gratitude and desire can lead us to, enjoying that journey. Some days it's fucking awful, and I understand that completely. And it can be really hard. But then if we stay there and we don't try to step forward, and if you're in a space where you just cannot get up off the couch and it's been a while, then I suggest professional help, professional support. Talk to a friend, talk to a family member, and get support, because there can be so much more than just a mindset shift. There can be, brain chemical imbalances. There can be hormonal shifts. There can be lots of other things that require medical help. So I want you to think about where you're at right now, and what can you be grateful for? What are you seeing around you that you can be grateful for? And what are you desiring? Because I'd love to know what that is. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will share the links underneath this episode in the show notes, or underneath if you're watching the video. And I would love to know what it is that you are grateful for at the moment, and what are you desiring as well at the same time. And you can come and join us inside the Wild Woman Collective. We are an incredible, if I do say so myself, an inspiring group of women who come together, like-minded women who are feeling like, I want to do life differently than what I've been doing it for so long. I want to tune in. I want to be all of me in all of the things that I do. I just don't know how to. And I need support, and I want cheering, and I want to be cheering and supporting other women along the way. If that's you, come and join us. All the links will be in the show notes and the comments below. And I would love for you to reach out if you have any questions. You can message or send an email, and I'm more than happy to answer those questions. All right, I hope you have the most incredible week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.